With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 3 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Наши программы предлагают много языков. Пожалуйста, посмотрите suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The title says something like, whatever you do is all for yourself. It's always for yourself. Meaning, you're not working for anyone else. Even if you say you work for the world or whatever. I have always told you that.
Yes,
Master. Because you gain merit or you gain bad karma out of whatever you do.
Yes.
So whatever you do is all for yourself. Bad or good. So better do good.
Please keep watching to find out more.
By eating meat and other animal people products, will be punished severely by heaven. Stop it now.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulaxese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Romanian, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai. Tere Baivast Amsat Vatayat means good day, lovely viewers, in Estonian. My name is Siim. The aesthetic citizens of Estonia appreciate beauties of all kinds and admire your virtuous way of living as soulful art beautifying our world. The Republic of Estonia in Northern Europe is a coastal country bordering the Baltic Sea and Gulf of Finland and includes more than 2,000 islands. The land's peaceful forests, ancient peat bogs, and abundant wildlife all contribute to its natural beauty. As one of the world's most digitally advanced societies, Estonia has made internet access available everywhere, extending service into even the most rural areas. In Tallinn, Estonia's proud capital, public transportation is free of charge for all residents. This enchanting city is also known for its historic architectural beauty. Just a short ferry ride from the capital city are several of the Estonian islands, each with a unique appeal. The island of Saaremaa has healing mineral springs, while Muhu is known for its colorful handicrafts. Standing tall on the island of Hiiumaa is a 600-year-old Kopu lighthouse, whose bright beacons of light still guide ships to safety today. Along with being active participants in the digital age, Estonians also take great pride in their long-standing and unifying tradition of song. As a celebration with nationwide participation, their first song festival was held more than 150 years ago. Today's Estonian Song Festival brings together thousands of participants in a spectacular and moving event. We were delighted to share glimpses of culturally abundant Estonia with you, respective viewers. May God's love be in your hearts always. For decades, Supreme Master Ching has illuminated our world with her divine teachings. A fully enlightened master, she imparts the Guan Yin method of meditation to those desiring to immediately discover the God nature within, to achieve in one lifetime eternal liberation from the cycle of transmigration. The Guan Yin method has been practiced by all enlightened masters, such as the worshipped world-honored one, Shakyamuni Buddha, the worshipped Son of God, Jesus Christ, the venerated master and philosopher, Confucius, the venerated Lord Krishna, the venerated master and philosopher, Lao Tzu, the venerated Lord Mahavira, the beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and many more. Supreme Master Ching emphasizes that if we always remember God, render selfless service to others, and follow the laws of the universe, we will reach our highest potential as humans and truly understand our purpose on earth. An extraordinary living example of compassion, she lovingly and regularly sends material and financial assistance to refugees, the homeless, natural disaster victims, and others needing relief. Supreme Master Ching respectfully thank all special individuals, organizations, leaders, and governments for all your genuine, loving, ongoing support. May heaven bless you forevermore. We, the Supreme Master Ching International Association members, are also sincerely grateful for your expressive kindness, wishing you the best. Supreme Master Ching receives love and recognition from various organizations, media, governments, individuals, and many awards, such as the 2006 Guzi Peace Prize, considered the Nobel Peace Prize of the East, the World Spiritual Leadership Award in 1994, the Mahavir Award in 2008, February 22nd and October 25th, both proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Day, an honorary citizen of the United States, etc., and has been honored throughout the years with numerous other awards and accolades for her outstanding philanthropic and humanitarian deeds. etc. We apologize for not being able to show many other awards and honors for lack of space and time. Supreme Master Ching respectfully thank all special individuals, organizations, leaders, and governments for all your genuine, loving, ongoing support. May Heaven bless you forevermore. We, the Supreme Master Ching International Association members, are also sincerely grateful for your expressive kindness, wishing you the best. A true voice for our beautiful animal people friends, Supreme Master Ching promotes the peaceful, loving plant-based diet and envisions, with humanity's awakening to the sacredness of all life, a tranquil and glorious all-vegan world where people of both animal and human kingdoms live in respectful harmony. Her initiatives included alternative living flyer distribution, the international vegan restaurants Loving Hut, vegan food companies, vegan fur products, Supreme Master Television, as well as writing and speaking to influential government and media leaders, participating in televised conferences on climate change, etc. Whether we are aware of it or not, her efforts have had an enormous influence on global awareness of the animal people-friendly lifestyle, and how this benevolent way can bring lasting peace among nations while saving our planet from climate change and disasters. Supreme Master Ching has traveled worldwide and held discourses with the public and her disciples on a variety of spiritual topics. On January 21st, 2022, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching spent precious time to share love and wisdom, answering some questions that members had on various topics. Today we are blessed to present the insightful conference entitled Whatever You Do is All for Yourself, Part 3 of 9, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English on January 21st, 2022.
Người như là dấu chia bay vút trăm miền, ta như là sương khuya tan vào đêm quên, tan vào đêm quên.
Okay, are you still drooling for the story?
Yes, Master.
I keep you waiting. Okay, it comes now. The story is, of course, in Vietnamese, and I have to translate. The title says something like, whatever you do is all for yourself. It's always for yourself. Meaning, you're not working for anyone else, even if you say you work for the world or whatever. I have always told you that.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Because you gain merit or you gain bad karma out of whatever you do.
Yes.
So whatever you do is all for yourself, bad or good. So better do good.
Yes,
Master.
This story is one of the stories in that book that's published in Amsterdam, Holland, Netherlands, in the 19th century. A long time ago, there was a very, very poor old woman. She stayed in a grass hut, a thatched hut, very shabby, and it was almost like it could collapse any time. Yeah, very poor, and didn't repair it that often. And her thatched hut was in the suburb of a city, and it was near a forest. Every day she went out to beg from door to door, but just a little bit, enough to survive in a very meager fashion daily. But even then, every time, though she was very poor and lived in such a very meager existence, every time she received some donation money from anybody, instead of saying thank you like every other beggar, she always say one sentence all the time. She say, whatever you do is only for you, only for yourself. Whenever people heard her say such things, they were kind of perplexed, but nobody understood what she meant. One time, she went to the palace, and then the queen gave her a good gift, a very decent gift. And this lady, the woman, she took the gift in her hand, and at the same time she said, whatever you do is only for yourself.
Yes.
And then the queen, hearing that, she feels so very weird. But the queen thought to herself, oh, this is probably just a poor, uneducated woman. She just learned something and then just said it like that. That's all.
Yes.
And then sometime later, this old poor beggar woman came back to the palace again. And this time, the queen gifted her with an even more generous gift, present, and donation. This time, the old beggar woman repeated the same sentence. And then after the queen heard it again, this time she was very, very angry. The queen became angry. She told all of her servants like this, you, all of you, you heard this old woman talking in such a impolite, rude way. And then even she dares to ridicule the people who help her like that. And in the heat of her anger, the queen called her baker, the chief of the bakers, to come to her. And she told him that he had to bake a cake that looks very beautiful and is very, very delicious. But inside the pastry, he has to mix saturated with poison. So the chief of the bakery in the palace made it because he obeyed the order of the queen. He did not know. And then he really did that. No one else knew. Only the queen and him. The next time, the old woman came to the palace begging again. The queen brought this cake out that looked so beautiful and looked delicious and gave it to this old beggar woman. And then the old woman repeated the same sentence. Whatever you do is all for you anyway. Right. So she took the cake and then happily went away from the palace. She went back to her little hut, but she did not eat immediately that cake because she thought it was too beautiful. She wanted to save it for a few days so that she could enjoy the look of it. And then thinking how delicious it will be when she finally eats it. So she thought even just to look at it is already such a blessing, such a satisfaction, such a luck, such a happiness. Because she never had such a thing before in all her life. And the queen already specially ordered to make it exceptionally beautiful and look delicious. She wanted to make sure that the old beggar would not be able to resist. But the old woman, because she never had such a thing, so she feels it's such a pity to eat it immediately, so she keeps it in a corner and keeps looking at it whenever she could. Right. So in that week, a few days within that week, the crown prince, the first son of the queen, went hunting with some of his servants. All day long, the prince went all over inside the thickets and the forest, focusing on his hunting and feel very, very enjoyable about the game. So he did not eat or drink anything because he was too concentrated on his hobby, hunting, hunting and running after animals, people, and all that. Because that's his biggest hobby. He loved hunting. So on the way back to the palace, he feels now suddenly very, very, very exhausted. And then he was thinking, oh, why don't I just stop here and take a rest under the roof of this woman's hut? Because she lived next to the forest where he was hunting, you see, remember? So he went to her door, her hut. Oh, when the old little woman poor woman beggar saw the prince come, oh, she was trembling with joy, yeah?
Yes.
With excitement. And then she very, very respectfully said to the prince, oh, how much honor, how lucky I am that a prince, such a precious guest, even stepped into my humble hut like this.
Yes.
I will have to offer you the best I have.
No.
Okay, you will know what it is. Normally, I don't have anything more than just old bread and water. But luckily now, I just remember I have a beautiful cake. It's beautiful and looks delicious. I will offer it to you. Your Highness, would you like to eat one piece of this cake? And it's even specially made by your mother. Your very, very exceptionally kind mother that made it and give it to me. Would you like to have a piece? And then she brought the cake out and then give one piece to the prince. After he swallowed that piece, he screamed out, oh, I'm poisoned. I'm poisoned, and he died. He fell to the floor and died immediately. Oh, the older beggar was so terrified. She was screaming, yelling at the same time as she was running to the queen in the palace to tell her the story. The bad, unfortunate event that just happened. Yeah. After hearing that, the queen also fell down, collapsed and fainted, unconscious. Of course, many of the best doctors were summoned to the palace. Summoned to the palace to save her.
Right.
After she regained her consciousness,
Yes, Master.
the queen said to the old beggar woman, now I understand what you have always been saying. Like whatever you do is only for you, yourself. Now I understand why you always say that. And you are right. From that day on, the queen treated her very, very respectfully and make sure that she lived a very comfortable life with everything she needed for the rest of her life. End of story. You see that, huh?
Yes, Master.
Người như thuyền qua sông trôi mãi xa bờ, ta theo dòng mưa đông bên đồi lang thang.
Telling lies, they eat dead bodies, and yet they go out to teach others. They are deceived and they deceive their companions. O Nanak, such are the leaders of men. Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Sikhism.
Tomorrow on Between Master and Disciples.
The same with NATO. They joined together because they wanted to have strength of the united entity.
Yes.
So just to protect their freedom, their sovereignty of each country. So they joined together so that others will not dare to attack them because they're strong, united, we stand.
Yes.
The same principle Ukrainians are fighting for now. And they just ignore it. They don't just ignore Ukraine, they ignore their own highly valued, precious principle.
Yes, Master.
As if they say one thing and do another.
Yes.
Charming viewers, we appreciate your company for today's episode entitled Whatever You Do is All for Yourself. Part 3 of 9, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is Knowledge and Wisdom, selections from On Thoughts and Aphorisms by the Mother, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May the divine power awaken and uplift humankind's compassion towards all beings.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.